So the people that are here, say you're here. Here. Okay, now we know this is not a reuse video. Someone give me today's date.
November 4th.
4th? November?
10:30.
Day of our Lord. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. This is going to be a little bit faster because I held them up with a Come to Jesus hour-and-a-half team meeting. So this is what we're going to talk about today. This is a 375 XL, okay? Where do you normally see this? Anybody?
Restaurants.
Okay, where in the restaurant?
By the soda machine.
Normally it's going to be inside. Normally it's going to be a soda machine. You're never really going to see this outside, right? It's always going to be an internal thing. They might have one, but that's because they got upsold and they got robbed, okay? Because these are really expensive. So this is the brass version. You can tell because it's brass. They make a completely stainless version. This right here in my hands is probably close to the cost of a 975 XL 2-inch if we went and bought it. You get the stainless, we're looking at like our cost like $2,200 for a 3/4. Our cost, really expensive. Okay, who has ever had to repair one of these before? Anybody?
I had to replace one.
You had to replace one? The whole thing?
I believe so.
Okay, well I'm gonna
I just replaced the bin.
Okay, so as long as it's not the ball valves, I'm gonna explain to you why this is a great job. It's easy, it's fast, and it makes the client happy. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. Okay, you can do a rebuild kit, and that's a traditional. You have gaskets, you have seats, you have seals. They don't come with the. It does. It actually comes with the little poppets in there and stuff too. You have that way. Or you have the way that I prefer because we can't mess it up and it's going to be perfect, and that is a brand new pressure vessel. Now, unfortunately, the brand new pressure vessel is bigger than that, but for the sake of I have one in my hand, it's one in my hand, okay? So this is a 3/4. Very simple to work on these. If you look, there's 2 screws right here, okay? This is going to be your like tension clip, for lack of a better term, seating bracket, whatever. You need 2 tools to work on this. That's it, okay? So if we're doing a whole scenario, first thing we're going to do, we're going to turn the water off, okay? Once we turn the water off, we're going to open up the ports, and that way it squirts any pressure out of it. Now it's empty, has no pressure, okay? Then we're going to use our Phillips head. Once we use our Phillips head, we're going to take this retaining clip off, and I will retouch on this when I'm putting it back together. Do not over-tighten these when you're putting it back. 2 reasons. One, because it's like made for this, so you're not going to find like any backup part, and good luck. It's probably going to be like 3 weeks to get it, and then it's not going to be good for anyone. And 2, it literally says on it, do not over tighten. If they have to put do not over tighten, that probably means you're going to break it, right? Now, to get it out, this is where we use our second tool. It's a flathead. Right here, you're going to put it, you're going to lift it up, okay? Now the clip is off. Something we're not going to do is lose any parts. If we lose parts, once again, good luck. You're not going to find it. Then what we're going to do, this black piece, we're going to slide that back. Okay? It moves. We're going to slide that back. Now it's out of the way. The whole pressure vessel comes out. Now, if we had a new pressure vessel, oh, look at this. It's brand new. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we didn't drop an O-ring like I just did. We're going to make sure we have our O-rings here. Make sure we have our O-rings here. And then we're going to do the same process. Now, typically you have to worry about flow on backflows, right? It's going to have a flow arrow. I'm sure you guys can see the flow arrow, right? Okay? Doesn't matter if I put this backwards. Yes. Okay? How are you going to know that it matters?
It's not going to line up.
Well, in this case, it's not going to work. But if everything was symmetrical, you're not going to get water. This one, it doesn't really matter because you can notice one end's smaller, one end's fatter. And then the smaller end goes on the brass side because it's smaller, and the fatter end goes on the plastic side because it's fatter, right? Pretty easy. So then all you're going to do to put it back is you're going to take your O-ring, put your O-ring back in it. You're going to drop it down. So I've rebuilt this a few times already. Okay, then we're going to slide that forward so it connects. It's connected. It won't wiggle. It's good. And then all we're going to do is take our retention clip, put our retention clip back, and screw it back in. Okay? That's one way. That's the way I prefer. Let's say that you can't get a new pressure vessel, and all you can get is a rebuild kit, and it's a Lowe's, and we need to do it today because we've all been there. Okay? Now we got to go to rebuilding it. Okay? For the sake of this is new and I don't want to ruin it because one day you guys are going to need it on a Saturday and it's going to be the guy that was here today. You're going to realize I took it apart and I probably made it not work and you're going to be mad at me. I'm only going to take the first one out and then explain how to do the rest of it. Okay? That way I don't have to crack open something brand new. Once again, two tools for this. We're going to take our flathead. Okay? Take our flathead. You see how there's little indentions in here? See that, Henry? Little indentions. Okay? We're going to take it. Perfect reason why you don't let that happen. I was in a restaurant and that thing went flying, and with our luck, it's going to go down the floor train. We're screwed, right, Henry? What will we do? You have to wait 3 weeks. Well, luckily we have the kids, so we wouldn't have to wait 3 weeks. But I got it. I've taken this part like 5 times already, so I know exactly what it is. So basically on the very top, you're going to have your O-ring, you're going to have your seat, you're going to have your spring, you're going to have your poppet, your spring, and then you're going to have this seat right here. Now working on this thing, same thing, you're going to twist it from the inside and you're going to pull it out, right? So it basically start big, pull out, and then you would also take your vent apart, and then on your vent, you're going to have your diaphragm and your spring, and then it's just like stripping a gun, right? You take it out, line it up. You can even have your camera rolling like I have mine as you're taking it apart, and you're like, okay, now I do this first because it was the last step, and then I work my way to the first step, and that way it's right every time. Does that make sense? Okay, so putting it back, then what we're going to do is we're going to drop it right there. You can see there's little notches that these ribs are going to go into. It makes sense. It clicks. It doesn't move. You know you got it right. Then you're going to take your spring, put your spring right on top of your nipple. Fun fact about poppets. Does anyone know on a poppet how to get some extra life out of a poppet? Exactly. So this red gasket is what he's talking about. Take the screw out, take the washer out, flip the red gasket. It will give you a little bit of extra life and potentially fix it until you can come back to rebuild it. Is it a fix? No. It is a temporary band-aid. What does that give you? More money, right? So for like what we were talking about earlier, Henry, that's a way. You know, like, hey, I can give you a temporary fix today, you know, but I need to come back, blah blah blah. Client's happy because it's still usable, and we're happy because we made money. So all I did there is I twisted it until it's seated. There's like a little catch in there. Anytime you do that, if you were part of this on Monday, you watched me make the scared face, you watched it pop out. So it's just the thing. You press it down there because it's under spring tension. You twist it until you feel it like tighten up, and then you have your hand over it, move your thumb, shake it. It's not popping out. We know we're good. Okay? So now we know we have it seated in there. Then we're going to take our O-ring, put our O-ring back in there. Anytime you're putting the O-ring back, like, and you're like locking it in place, just wet it. Make sure you get a good seal. So now our process is small end on the brass catch, right? So we're going to take our small end, slide it on the brass catch, slide our plastic flat piece down until it locks in. Now it's locked in. Then we're going to go ahead and take our part, put it back. Everything lines up. If you look in there, you can see the screw holes are lining up. Now, what did I tell you guys in the very beginning not to do?
Over tighten.
Why did I tell you not to over tighten it? And it literally says don't over tighten. So if they have to tell you don't feed the animals, bad things probably happens when you feed the animals. Okay? So you're going to tighten it snug. So snug is it's tight by basic standards, and then quarter turn. Because you can always come back from that. You can always tighten it more. You can't unbreak it. Okay, so now that we have this back together, direction of flow is set that way, right? We're going to call this the city side. We're going to call this the store side. Okay? So this is currently in the off position. We have both handles off. Okay? We're about to prime this and pressurize it. What are our steps to do that? Emilio.
Open up the city side.
We're opening up the seal cock. What are we waiting for?
All the air to come out.
So we're just squirting straight water out of it. Okay, cool. That should happen pretty fast in this because we didn't take anything out. That means there's no air in the line. We have this charged up until this shut-off point right here. So as soon as he opens it, there shouldn't be any air because we already shut off the shut-off valves anyways. So it should be fine. Should be plumb charged. Good to go. Okay. What's our next step?
Test valve
Open
two.
the ports.
Open the ports. Okay, so we open the ports based on this. We had this open, and then we open these ports. Nothing comes out. You did nothing. You skipped a step.
Oh, you
Went
didn't
up the bottom.
turn the handle.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's part of it. You're teaching somebody. You got to tell them what to do. So we're going to open this. Do I open it all the way, or what do I do?
Quarter.
25.
25? Henry, what do I do? 25? Yeah, 20, 25, right? So is this going to be open or closed?
Close.
Closed. Okay. So for the process of what we're doing here, we purged all the air out of this point. We know it's already charged. We don't have to worry about it. We're following steps. We're following steps. We're then going to open this handle at 20%. After we open this handle at 20%, now this is charged. We're going to open these seal cocks, right? Typically, there's an order. I believe I like to go, if we already did one, I like to go 3, 2, and then 4. Makes me feel good. If you look up Zern, they'll tell you how they like you to do it. But realistically, as long as you get the air out of the chamber, you get the air out of the chamber, right? So now, all this is spraying water. The manager's pissed off, whatever. They're in a restaurant. We'll clean it up. We will clean it up. There's no more air coming out of it. What's our next step?
Close it back up.
Close them back up because we're getting rained on, right? Okay, so now these are closed. What's our next step?
Quarter turn.
Almost. We're going to check something before we quarter turn.
The vent, make sure it's not leaking.
Make sure the vent's not leaking. If the vent's leaking, what went wrong?
Something in there. So,
Bingo, Carl. Good job. You probably have air in it, or there's something vented. There's debris in the line. Being where this is, that's probably never going to be a problem. Yeah, because this never was open to dirt, right? We just changed this. As long as we didn't do it in a sand pit, it's probably all pretty much lab factory clean versus whatever restaurant floor is, right? Because that's clean. And then nothing should get in here. So really, it should just be air. But if you have debris, you can do that. And then a lot of times you just take apart the vent, take all your parts out, wash all your parts in the water, especially clean your poppets, stuff like that. Put it all back together. You should be good. Restart the process up to that point. So now, we purged everything. We got all the air out. This is 100%. This is 0%. No water coming out of the vent. What's our next thing? Slam it. Okay, I wouldn't slam it, but good job. So we're going to go ahead and go 50%, 20%, whatever. We're going to scale it up. Whatever's downstream of this, which we've already agreed in this scenario is probably a fountain machine, right? What do we need to do?
Run the fountain machine.
Run the fountain machine. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and try to purge it open, hit the water button, tape it shut. I don't care. We have ability to make stuff. That's what our whole job is, to make it work. We're going to prop something on the gas pedal. That way water's coming out of it. And we're at that point that nothing's coming out of it. We're then going to crack it open. As we crack it open, right, then we're going to let it flow, and then we're going to keep doing it. Why do we not just slam it all at one time? There's a very good reason for that.
that's how you break pipes with water hammer.
Okay, but why?
Because air compresses.
Bingo, that's the perfect answer. Air compresses, water does not compress. Okay? Maybe in like some crazy thing, but for what we're talking about now, water does not compress. Air compresses. So Schedule 80 is rated at like 570 psi, right? Okay. Water typically from the city is how many psi? 80 psi. Okay. Air you can compress. So we are sending fittings to the moon if we're just slamming things. Now, you can job security. All depends on who's over your quote, right? And a lot of times those are little baby PEX lines. We're winging the prayer on our Friday on a John Hope fitting, and you guys aren't that lucky. I promise you, you work here. You're not that lucky. Okay. Any other questions? No. All right. Cool.